Well, hello there, my name is Vinny Voodoo. In this little rather quick video, we're going to be looking at some of the bugs that I've noticed since the most recent update. Now, there's no fixes in this. I really don't see any point in them doing fixes or even me trying to work out a fix, given that in 3 weeks or so, Verdansk will be gone and we'll all be downloading the brand new Warzone Pacific. I've got a feeling it is going to be a separate download and we'll delete the old version of Warzone. So any fixes they're going to do is going to be for the new code, and they're not going to give a crap about this one. So everything from piggy banks that shouldn't be there to weird hair, and indeed challenges that you can't complete. If you notice in the top right, I have Hospital Scavenger, open 6 caches at Verdansk Hospital, stuck at 3. That'll come into play in one of them. So without further ado, why don't we take a look at some of the crap that this season has given us. Right, first up, you might notice a big chunk of icons on the right there because all of the piggy banks appeared on my visual display at once, whether they were used or not, and no matter how far away they were. This makes no sense at all. Some of them are like 1,800 meters away. I don't need to see them. Poor sign of things to come. Poor sign, pig. Right, moving on. In what has to be one of the most infuriating updates so far in terms of bugs of this most recent update was, in fact, the inability to change your challenges. For example, I'll put that one on there, and 6 caches at Verdansk Hospital. It just doesn't appear. I'll try it again. 4 kills or assists in a vehicle. They're not there. I'll back out, go back in, and if you look at the challenges, those 2 challenges aren't there. Nothing I could do would enable the challenges to work in terms of changing them. You can complete some of them and then it'll auto change them, but you can't manually say what challenges you want before you enter the game. This is an interesting one. Now, I've slowed the map down here because I was just starting a game of Plunder and I noticed there are no shopping trolleys on the map when you first start. And in fact, I actually noticed this part here, and I'll cut to it and slow it down and put an arrow where it should be. Right there, you see no shopping trolley. 7 minutes later, in exactly the same game, I happen to be going across the same place, and sure enough, in the same area is now a graphic of a shopping trolley. I don't know what causes that to come in, but I did notice as the game went on, more and more shopping trolleys were appearing both on the mini-map and the main map. And I think it's either got something to do with the proximity to them that you get to when it pops up on the map, or given the fact that I hadn't gone to that area, it could be if someone else happens to use the shopping trolley. But either way, in the most recent update, shopping trolleys disappeared from the map when you first start the game. Now, this is one that's been on and off for quite some time. I was trying to do the 6 caches at the Verdansk Hospital, and in fact that's fairly easy to do as long as you don't get killed. So here I am going through, and I opened 6 caches. I actually opened more than 6, and for whatever reason it only recognized 3 of them. No matter how many I opened after that, it wouldn't recognize that I'd opened them. Now, you may be thinking, well, maybe I went outside the boundaries of where the challenge is. But here's a little tip. If you look underneath the compass, you'll see where you are. Currently, it says Verdansk Hospital. And yes, no matter how many times I try to open different caches after this game, it only recognized the 3 from therein. And since I can't change my challenges, I'm kind of stuffed on that. Great. Whilst not technically a bug per se, I actually thought when I first saw Mason that the latest operator for this season's hair, I thought it hadn't come in yet. Maybe something to do with the high resolution texture streaming, but look at that. There is no way that when they released this operator, they thought that looks great. That looks like it's greased down or something like that. It just looks broken. It doesn't look anything like it should, and it certainly doesn't look like hair. Fail indeed. I don't know what they were thinking when they thought that that was a good thing. I don't know what it looks like in Cold War, but I'm hoping it looks a lot better than that. And no, it isn't the texture streaming option. It never actually resolves if that's the problem. But him and his weird black slick can, bugger off. Anyway, let's jump out and sum up where we are. And there we go. Now, really the purpose of this video was to say, if you've experienced any of these problems, you're not alone. They're not massive game-breaking bugs, but it's just astonishing that 2 years in, things that used to work keep getting broken. But that's Warzone for you. Games as a service. Never a good idea. I'm excited for when they get rid of this buggy piece of rubbish and introduce the new buggy piece of rubbish. Well, at least it'll hopefully look prettier. Anyway, that's enough from me. Please leave me a comment if you've experienced any other bugs, and I'll go check them out. In the meantime, it leaves me to say that my name's Vinny Voodoo, and thanks for watching.
Can you deal with that?